Madam President, right now small business in this country has been absolutely smashed. Tasmania has seen a massive increase in small business going under. 64 closed their doors in the first half of 24-25. That's up 481% from 2 years ago. Nationally, business failure rose 50%. With insolvency appointments expected to hit 16,000 this year. The government says it cares, but when it comes down to it, I don't think they care less when it comes to small business. Look at how they are stalling on a promise, just a promise, that they made to Senator Pocock and I to review the definition of small business. Seriously, we're fighting over that still. Small businesses being smothered by red tape and unfair dismissal laws are one of the worst offenders. Recent data from the Fair Work Commission provides compelling evidence of the scale of the issue. In the 22-23 financial year, the Fair Work Commission processed more than 34,000 applications related to workplace disputes. Among those were over 13,000 unfair dismissal claims and over 5,000 general protections claims involving dismissal. According to data from the Australian Small Business and Family Enterprise Ombudsman, an unfair dismissal case typically costs a business over $10,000, with legal costs varying significantly from $5,000 to $20,000. And even if the small business wins the unfair dismissal case, this is the clincher, they still will have to cover most of the time their own legal costs. How is that fair? This means that many small businesses will give the disgruntled employee a payout even if they are in the right because they want to avoid the legal costs. That's where this country has got. You got a bad employee and you have to pay them out. That's where we're at. That's a situation where you have left small business and people like my office in. I have even heard of a case where a worker was busted for doing illegal drugs at work. The employee put in an unfair dismissal claim and the small business ended up settling to avoid legal costs. That is damning, absolutely damning of this government. I got my own taste of the unfair dismissal system recently. I had a member of staff who worked hard for the first 3 months. Then we took them off probation, and what do you know? That person starts showing up late for work 22 times in a matter of weeks.
Senator Lambie, could I just caution you, I'm not sure you should be talking about a staff person who could be identified. I appreciate privilege in this place, but these matters should be...
With all due respect, Madam President, we have gone over that with the legal side, and there are things we've been told not to say, and we've worked through that.
Well, with respect, Senator Lambie, I think the staff member could be easily identified, but I have asked you not to name to continue with that story, but if you choose to, so be it.
I will be. The worker became dismissive to co-workers, occasionally left the office without providing any reasons for absences and failed to take on constructive feedback to align with reasonable workplace expectations, despite multiple warnings and a performance review. When my office manager had a review with this staff member, she pointed out these late times and also asked why the staff member was painting their nails at the desk. The staff member replied that they had finished their allocated tasks, and as far as they were concerned, any time saved was their own downtime. Oh, goodness me. My office manager did the right thing, and by the way, she's about 34 weeks pregnant. She's been going through this, so you can imagine the turmoil it's had on her life over the past 3 or 4 months. She was informed by the Parliamentary Workplace Support Service, PWSS, of the next steps, which she followed every direction. The staff member resigned, sent us a nice little email, and then 3 weeks later put in an unfair dismissal claim. And then we found out that PWSS had handed the case to Spark, Kelmore and Lawyers, the law firm that loves running legal cases against diggers in defence of the DEA. I am shocked that PWSS is even using this law firm with the reputation that is behind them. My office's case is pretty cut and dry, and because I am a senator, these costs will not have to be covered by me. But if I was a small business, it would have cost me thousands. Most businesses in Australia are small businesses, and 98% of them have a turnover less than $2 million. They are struggling to get their heads above water, having to pay out thousands of dollars in potentially vexatious, unfair dismissal claims is an unfair burden, not just to my office, but to small business. If the government really cares about small business, they need to get this sorted out. The unfair dismissal laws are broken, and they are clearly have gone way too far, way too far. The government needs to fix these laws and keep its promises and help Australian businesses stay in the game. It has gone so far that I am getting legal advice on the damage that it has done in my office with your Fair Work laws. Okay, that's where I'm at right now. So I hope the Attorney-General's listening to this, because if small business doesn't want to take you on, I will. Because the damage, the psychological damage that has gone into my office in the last 3 to 6 months has been overbearing, absolutely overbearing. So you think about that.